All right, it says I'm live. Decided to come on a few minutes early this time uh, because I've got a few things to talk about before I get into my usual thing of getting the hell out of Donnie. And that is, uh, this is before I start into day three. I want to talk about the way Facebook is suppressing my Facebook music posts and my rants. For the past week on public or news feed, I am not allowed a title, and that means I have to add it to my shows. And when I'm sending out 30 or to 30 or more groups, that's quite time consuming. Even thought about only downloading YouTube and do it that way. Uh, what stops me is I don't have enough audience for me to work that very well. So for now, I'll keep posting to my Facebook shows only with the date to some of the groups. Our groups, Blue Dot groups, I will remain uh, putting a title for it, and that's time consuming. But I feel like the Blue Dot family, I should do that. To other groups, I'm just going to put the date on those. Everybody knows who I am, so that's no problem on Facebook. Uh, and I have standards on my music. I want release dates of the songs, and I won't back down on either format, whether it's rants or on my music. All right, I got that bitching out of the way. I'm just going to kind of go through this today. Some of the stuff that was discussed last night on day two, and then we get around to day three, which was excellent. I had to go get my antifreeze topped off. I'm good to 34 below now, which the car wouldn't even crank if it was that cold because of the battery. Uh, if you don't vote to convict uh, these groups that Donnie has been associated with, uh, you will continue to see violence. And that's what I want to get across to the, what do you call it now? The Grand QAnon party, the Grand uh, QAnon base that that party has. Uh, you might retain power, uh, GQP, but with that, only to the extent of pleasing Donnie or his base of racist bigots and anti Semites. Let's get this straight. You think that is power? I say to you, you are wimps. If your orange leader were to get back in power, you have an oath to live up to, and that oath is not to one madman that would become a dictator. Cuomo talked to those who witnessed the terror inside the House chamber, and it was terrifying, except Republicans won't admit it. And I'm hoping that on some of my shows, they're going to start showing uh, how the Republicans were in a hurry too to get out of there. Uh, Donnie, how was Donnie spending his time during the insurrection? He watched on TV and was calling senators to raise more objections to the certification of the election. Yesterday brought out more, and it was things that Donnie didn't do that day. He left Congress for dead. The March on Washington original event was not on the Capitol itself. Donnie changed that, and so did social media to meet what he wanted to do. Uh, Trump made his event and then held the mob at the ellipse until he thought the vote count was near completion, then directed the march to the Capitol. And yesterday we had never heard before police communications during the attack. Security cameras inside the Capitol also, as the Capitol was being breached. Yesterday's prosecution showed how Donnie did nothing to help Congress. He did not condemn what happened until the next day. He sent no help, the National Guard, even though he lied and said he did. The presentation showed me personally the evil of Donald Trump. The late Cuomo last night, Officer Sicknick, had a fatal reaction to bear spray. He wasn't struck in the head with fire extinguisher. There was no head trauma. And that's before seeing what he actually died from the autopsy. So we're awaiting that. Uh, and the FBI is narrowing the list of suspects. Today, I heard about the computer programming uh, grammar that saves some of the key evidence in the Senate trial from Pollard. Otherwise, it would have been removed, and it was removed. Day 3 of King Ding Dong's Senate trial. Presentation on those arrested. The Proud Boys stand back and stand by. He invited us down, is what one of them said. Raskin presented evidence that shows a pattern of inciting violence, including against Michigan with Liberate Michigan and ensuing occupation of the Michigan capital. Uh, he went on to talk about the plot to kidnap the Michigan Governor Whitmer. Trump did not condemn the kidnapping plot. In fact, he blamed Whitmer at rallies to the chance of lock her up. House managers pointed out how much it costs the American taxpayers over $400 million in the run up to the inauguration because of the threatened attacks on state capitals. While I was waiting at Auto Plaza to get my work done on the antifreeze and all that, I'm sitting there watching Fox News on their TV, covering the impeachment trial live for once. All of a sudden, Fox was covering it. Who would have thought? I guess now it's important. Couldn't hear it though because the mask wearing. I don't wear my hearing aids. At $3,800 for 2 years, I can't afford to lose one of my hearing aids when I'm out like that. So Grace and I both have the habit, leave them at home when we're going to have to wear a mask. We almost lost one of hers 2 different times, her wearing them when we went off. Uh, what was presented today was a very compelling case presented to the Senate in the final day, the promotion of violence before January 6th by the former president and social media. Tomorrow, the defense will begin, more likely than not, saying that Democrats are glorifying violence. No, just showing the violence man caused. And that goes back months, brothers and sisters. We know what happened and how far back uh, he incited violence. Ever since he started running for president, he was inciting violence. And I was glad they got to those clips to show what they mean by. Remember, If somebody, I heard somebody's going to throw tomatoes at me. If you see somebody knock the hell out of them, I'll pay your legal fees. That was a lie too. Uh, okay, that looks about like all I got today. Like I said, I was at. I didn't get everything done I wanted to get done today, but there's always tomorrow, and I have a lot more time on a beer and bud Friday to get a few more things done. We need to get a small heater because if we get one the size of the ones that have pooped out on us, we wouldn't be able to get them up here, and it's not likely they would deliver them uh, from the sources that we have, like Ace. If we were to buy a truck full at Ace, they'd bring them over here and bring them in, but that's not the case. All right, let's out the dawn. I hope for the best. Um, I tried calling the Capitol. I asked for Roy Blunt's office, and today I announced this with glee. His voicemail is full. So that means the people of Missouri, I don't think they're calling up saying, Roy Blunt, make sure and do not vote to convict this man. I think it's the other way around. There is a grassroots movement. Pressure will, I can't say in Missouri pressure is going to work, but Blunt would be the one, and he's the one that I'm picking on and calling more than one time a day because I wanted to get across the message to him that he could be looking at not being there anymore in the future. Josh Hawley is a traitor, so I'm not even going to bother to call him. He's not going to budge. He's in it for money out of his new book and political expediency by voting against certification of Joe Biden. We know what he's about. He would be a waste of time for even me to call him. All right, that's about all I got today. Hello, James. Hello, Sue. Glad to see you. We got four folks out there. That's what I was talking about with uh, I like YouTube better because it does give me more time, and at least they leave my titles for my shows. They're not doing me like Facebook is doing and messing with the title. It says title option on Facebook. You go to put one in after I do the show. I look back and there's no title, so I have to title it on uh, groups I send it to because it will not let me put in a title under edit on my own timeline. I've tried it 3 and 4 times and it will not show up. It only shows up when I type it out for Rantin Randy's Rant, the True Patriots group. It will take there and it will take to the other Blue Dot groups, but it will not allow me to put a title on mine on my timeline. So, it is what it is. They're still pulling for the fascists. That's what it's about. Zuckerberg is a fascist, and that's the reason they don't want people like me. Let me know if you're having the same problem, particularly if you've got a voice out here on Facebook. Let me know. So far, all I can determine, I'm the only one being suppressed, and I'd like to know if that's true or not. Hello, Buck. All right. I believe that's one of our new subscribers. And that's what I advise people to do. Go down, like, and share. Help me get this stuff out, particularly when I do a Facebook. and you're helpful on this format too, to get it out there. Every little bit of help I can get, I will take. Uh, Also, if you're new here and you're outside of the blue room, my little blue room there, uh, go ahead and subscribe. We could use your help. We have got to get the orange menace will keep causing violence if they do not convict his butt. You can count on it. All right, that's about it. I'll leave you with peace. Resist, persist, and I insist that you keep calling Congress at 202 224 3121. We're tying up their lines. I want to see this all over the nation. Let them know they make the mistake of letting the man go. They're going to regret it because they're going to have to do what he wants for the next 4 years. And if he was to get back in office, he would become dictator. He's already shown what his intentions were in 4 years to become your dictator, Republicans. Wake up. All right. And that's right, James. Share this shit. All right. I'll let y'all go. I'll see you later on at the meeting. Uh, Grace is working on dinner, so we're going to work that in. Uh, I'll be at the meeting first. I like to get it and get it shared out there to my groups that I'm involved with. So I will see you a little later on. And keep wearing your mask, keep social distancing. Uh, Help us in the White House. We just got to get that American Rescue Plan through Congress, and uh, that will mean more vaccine. It will mean financial help for everyone that needs help. I think it's going to be above the threshold of 50,000. There's too many people hurting at 50,000. All right. Have a good one. I'll see you later on at the meeting. Bye bye now. Share this shit.